retired New York State troopers that are getting paid 2 and 3 times their salary, that are the tail cars. They're actually in vans in back of these Raymore and Flanagan trucks in these transports, and they are within a mile behind them. So if you ever go down the New York State Thruway and look at these double Raymore and Flanagan trucks that are going west towards Syracuse, which is the CIA front, what they are doing is they have those tail cars in the back, and from what I understand, those are retired state troopers that are escorting those loads.
Okay, stay right there because we've got a 4-minute break coming at us. She's given us a lot of facts supporting this. Mary, what do you think all of this means?
He actually gave testimony to the names of the people that are running the show. There's a retired 3-star African-American general that's in Albany that's there late at night when he does his pickups. There's another guy named Fatah who is Muslim. There are many white suits. All the truckers, not just him, he named 5 of them, are being paid through Bank of America with their independent numbers. He has a uniform that he wears, which is a light blue shirt with buttons down the front, short sleeve. It says Eastern Connection with a red and orange sewn insignia on the shirt. He has to wear black pants and white sneakers, or they do not allow him to the facilities. He is not allowed to stop the truck once they start it to urinate. They have to either go in urinals or pee in the truck. They are at the end of their transports. They are given a white bag by Department of Homeland Security that they have to put all their belongings in. They are not allowed to chew gum in the cabs of the trucks on the transports. They are escorted. When he's been to the Pentagon, there have been people with 45s around their waist in plain clothes that have met the trucks. And also on the slips that he gets paid. His slips say 30 Carner Road, Albany, New York, to 11 Wards Lane, Menands, New York. And he stated that he has been to neither of those locations, but every single one of his trucking slips for which he gets paid says those addresses.
Okay, say that again. 30
Carner Road, Albany, New York.
How do you spell that?
Karner. 30 Carner Road, Albany, New York, to 11 Wards Lane, Menands, New York.
How do you spell Menands?
Menands. And he's also been transported by Menands police to the city limits when he leaves the facility with a load, and they turn around at the city limit and return as he progresses on with his transport.
Okay, now my question is, why did he begin talking about this, or who did he decide to tell this to? Obviously, he knows that he's not supposed to be telling anybody this information.
The impression that I got from the agents that I spoke to, because many people got this, I guess they have sent this to a lot of agencies, is he spoke to someone that he knows personally, and he didn't think he was doing anything wrong. He just thought he had a good gig. I think he just thinks he has a good gig with the government. When he was giving the testimony, it was an innocent testimony, and they did not bring up FEMA trains, bird flu, and any of that because they didn't want to tip him off that he might be doing something wrong because these people have their claws in him hour by the hour, all day long.
Okay.
This man said that the government told them that if he's good to them, they'll be good to him, and that they were going to take him to a place called Sandy Point in Maryland on the water for government people where it's safe when this was over, and then they have since sent him now to Tucson, Arizona with his family to relocate him on base housing, and all he has to pay for is food because this investigator has spoken to him 3 times.
What I'd like for you to do is call me at the Power Hour, 877-817-9829. If you have any additional information on this or anything that we can do about this, give me a call and stay abreast with me because this sounds pretty discouraging, if you ask me. It's
not just that. He's had lead cars that they'll tell him where he's got to go, and he'll be going from point A to point B, and somebody will interrupt the trip and then divert him down a road. He went to Glens Falls, New York, went to a dead-end street by a Stewart's by the Civic Center in Glens Falls, New York. They opened a gate, and he drove 6 miles on a gravel driveway to an underground silo. When the truck came out of the silo after he waited with the other truckers for 3 hours while they loaded in secret, the people who appeared with the truck when the truck was coming out of the ground had Tyvek suits, the mask, the gloves, and all the works on. He's also transported at the 109th Air Guard at Stratton Air Force Base. He did do 90 boxes of clear plastic white fluid. He did see that load. Rarely does he see his loads, but apparently he loaded that at the C-130 at the 109th Air Guard. And he's done a lot of loads with these types of things. medical supplies, equipment, but specifically refrigerated to Tucson and to the Pentagon and to Baltimore. And I think that's up to no good. Along the New York State Thruway, there are miles and miles of car carriers that they've been adding to. Has to be 30 miles of them right now sitting on the track since before Christmas that seem to be increasing in length. And are you waiting at car carriers? Are you talking about on the road, off road? No, they're on the railroad tracks, pulled over to the side of the tracks on the spare tracks. Mm-hmm. And they're actually car carriers. And I think it's for dead bodies. I think it's pre-positioning. I do know a Pakistani diplomat who has recently left the Albany area, who I knew personally, who told me that America is no more, that he's leaving. He took a child out of a local school in the middle of the school year to leave. He is a player. He knows a lot of very important people, I know for a fact, and he has left the area, has left the country. So I do think that something's going on very sinister. No